Join me as I challenge myself to implement these self-development tips and see if they really can boost my business. When it comes to self-development, I think we all know how important it is, especially when we're running our own businesses. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day tasks and forget to focus on ourselves. But the truth is, our personal growth has a direct impact on our business's success. By investing in ourselves, we're investing in our businesses, and that's what I want to talk about today. One thing I've noticed is that a lot of entrepreneurs struggle to make self-development a priority. We're so used to putting everyone else's needs before our own, whether that's our customers, our employees, or our families. And before we know it, we're burnt out and running on empty. We know we need to make a change, but it's hard to silence that voice in our heads that tells us we don't have the time or the resources. I think another challenge we face is the stigma around self-development. We might see it as selfish or indulgent, or we might feel like we're not good enough or smart enough to be working on ourselves. But the truth is, self-development is not selfish. It's necessary. It's necessary for our businesses to thrive, and it's necessary for our own personal happiness. And then there's the issue of where to start. There's so much information out there, and it can be overwhelming. Do we focus on our weaknesses or our strengths? Do we go for quick fixes or long-term solutions? It's easy to get paralyzed by all the options and end up doing nothing at all. Let's talk about some specific self-development tips that have made a huge difference in my life and in my business. The first one is setting goals. I know, it sounds simple, but setting clear, achievable goals has been a game changer for me. It gives me direction, it gives me purpose, and it gives me a sense of accomplishment when I achieve them. And it's not just about achieving the goal itself. It's about who I become in the process. Another tip is developing a growth mindset. This means embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, rather than threats to our ego. It means being open to feedback and willing to learn from our mistakes. And it means seeing failures as stepping stones to success, rather than as definitions of who we are. Continuous learning is also key. This doesn't mean going back to school or getting a new degree. It means being intentional about learning new skills and staying up to date with industry trends. It means reading books, attending seminars, and seeking out mentors who can help us grow. For me, one of the most powerful self-development experiences was when I invested in a business coach. I was feeling stuck and unsure of how to take my business to the next level, and working with a coach gave me the clarity and confidence I needed to make some big changes. It wasn't easy, and it wasn't cheap, but it was worth it. I started to see myself and my business in a whole new light, and it's been a turning point for me. I remember feeling like I was stagnant, like I was just going through the motions every day. But after working with my coach, I started to feel like I was in control again. I started to feel like I had a purpose and a direction, and that's carried over into every area of my life. Another important thing for me was learning to prioritize my own needs. I used to think that I had to put everyone else first, but I realized that I was doing myself and my business a disservice by not taking care of myself. So, I started saying no to things that didn't align with my goals, and I started making time for things that nourished my mind, body, and soul. Taking care of ourselves is not selfish. It's necessary. And it's not just about getting enough sleep or eating healthy food. It's about taking care of our mental health too. It's about being kind to ourselves and practicing self-compassion when we make mistakes. And it's about surrounding ourselves with people who uplift and support us. So, let's recap the main self-development tips we've covered today. We've talked about setting goals, developing a growth mindset, continuous learning, prioritizing our own needs, and investing in ourselves. These might seem like simple things, but they have the power to transform our businesses and our lives. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What are some of your favorite self-development tips, and how have they impacted your business? Don't forget to check out some of my other videos on self-development and business growth, and I'll see you in the next one.